Hope. The first home that I went to was the home of a boy we sponsor named David. And when I went into his home, I hadn't visited any other kids from Common Hope before, so I had no idea what to expect. And we took a van ride to his home, and then it was kind of almost a little alley made out of bamboo sticks, and we walked down, and then one little part of the bamboo wall opened up into his home, and there was no roof, a dirt floor, and the whole family was there waiting for us, and you could tell that they were in their best clothes because they were so happy and excited and grateful to meet us, because the sponsorship that we had provided them had made such an impact in the whole family's life. It wasn't just sponsoring David's education, but it actually helped the whole family be able to do some work hours and work for a better home or a better stove or something like that. So they were really excited to meet us, and they had food ready for us, even though it wasn't food we were really used to, but they just really wanted to make us feel welcome. And then David right away went and grabbed his notebook and was so excited to show us his notebook with all of his notes in it. He showed us his math notes and his English notes. And he only had one notebook for all the classes, but it was so neat, and he just treasured that notebook and really wanted us to see it and see what he was doing.
I didn't really know a lot about Common Hope in previous years. I knew that TG sponsors kids that are a part of Common Hope that live in Guatemala, and I remembered in freshman year that my homeroom had sponsored one of these kids named Josue, and it was a very interesting experience for me to be able to go this past summer and actually go and see him. And that's when it really hit me that this is an actual person that needs our help, and it was a very humbling experience to meet him. I mean, his house was very small, a cardboard door to his room. He has a little brother that he's basically a father to, and his mother just loves plants and decorates the whole house with plants, and it was very beautiful to see. And Josue is also very interested in electronics, and I mean, he does a lot of things like that I probably wouldn't be able to do. His most recent assignment was to build a little car while we were, and so we saw bits of parts of that while we were there. And that was just unbelievable to see that and to actually meet him and realize that we are really affecting someone else's life in a positive way.
I will never forget driving up to a home to meet one of the students that we sponsored. His name was Wilson, and I will never forget the pride that that entire family showed towards Wilson and how excited and thrilled they were to have us be visiting them in their home. And to listen to his mother and to watch her talk about the things that Wilson has been able to do because of our sponsorship just really has stayed with me since the moment we've met them. We also had an opportunity to visit another young lady that we sponsor, and her mother, again, tidied up the home before we got there and invited all the family members to come, and just really loved being able to show us the accomplishments of her daughter and everything that she was able to do because of the money that we as a school sent to them. And the message that both families wanted us to bring back to the people at Totino Grace was to please remember that they think of us often, and that it's because of our money and our donations that help these children do better things with their lives than they normally would be able to do without that help. So know that people are thinking of us daily and that they are grateful for every dollar that we send.
So what shocked me the most was when we first went to visit one of the families. It was like a huge deal for them, for the 4 or 5 of us to go visit the boy. His name is Wilson. He put on like the best clothes he had, which consisted of jeans and an old t-shirt, and like their whole family was there. They prepared food for us that wasn't exactly delicious, but you could tell that they were really putting forth an effort. Just to show their appreciation for everything that we've done, when for a lot of us all we've done is give $1 or $2, and look at how far it's gone. He talked about how he's going to travel, and he told us all about the job that he's going to do, and how much we could see how much his education meant to him and how it was the center of his life, because for him that's his future. And a lot of us, I feel like sometimes we put our education aside as it's just the steps we go through day to day, and what's the next step? Oh, we go to college. But for them, they don't have that option all the time, and when we provide that option, it really completely changes their lives.
Some kids think that giving money to a cause like Common Hope really isn't going to help at all. Ms. Michaels and I, for quite a few years now, have been donating $15 a month apiece to support a child in Guatemala through Common Hope. And the second time that I was there, we decided to do this. So the next year, I happened to be down there, and I was called out of a little meeting, and the student that we were sponsoring had found out that I was going to be there, so he came to meet me, which I thought was really a cool thing, because usually you don't get to see the kids that you sponsor. And he asked me that day if I could come and see him. He was going to give a little talk, is what he told me. So I said, sure, I'd be glad to come and see you. Well, it turned out that the talk he was giving was in the town square with every school kid in the whole city of San Lucas, because he was the student. He was the valedictorian for his class, and he had become the valedictorian partly because he had been able to stay in school because of the money that we had been donating to Common Hope. I never thought I could have an impact on a student's life, certainly not like that. And what was really humbling was I got to meet his family, and his mom and dad basically hugged me and thanked me, and it was the most humbling experience of my life. Basically giving 50 cents a day. I spend more money than that on pop every day, and here I had changed this kid's life, and it was an amazing kind of thing. So if you don't think that your money makes a difference, it really does. You can change someone's life, even with a small gift, and something like that means a lot. So I hope you can do that.
Quiero agradecerles antemano que hayan venido a visitarnos.
She wants to thank you so much for the visit.
Es la primera vez de que nos visitan más.
It's the first time that someone comes to their home to visit them.
Y espero que a su regreso, pues que Dios los acompañe a cada uno de ustedes.
She wishes that when you come back to the States, God is going to be with you, blessing you.
Quiero agradecer por venirnos a visitar.
Thanks for coming to visit me.
Por tenerlos aquí y
having you here is so special.
Que hayan visitado también a mi familia.
That you come to share with his family.
Les agradezco por ser mi hija favorita.
And he's thanking you for choosing him as the favorite sponsor kid.